Take my dismay, throw it away when you reach me.
The Pharo. I can definitely say that this gun makes me feel like a true pharaoh running around in ancient Egypt naked. The only thing I can think about is me using my dong and helicoptering my way up onto the ancient Egyptian pyramids and then showing everybody my dong. Yeah, those were the days, yeah. I only recently started using this sexy sandy beast, and I'm truly glad that I did because it is a bad boy. You guys that aren't using this weapon, this SMG in Black Ops 3, it is so good. Of course, it has its strengths and its weaknesses, but overall, it's really balanced and it's really fun to use. Not to mention that it has quite a sexy feature that has not really been seen in COD before. Stat-wise, the Pharo is average and more middle class compared to the other SMGs. It is classified as an automatic 4-round burst weapon. That's right, my sexy friends. You guys know that in the past, if you have a burst weapon, you have to continually hit the trigger to continually fire. On this weapon, if you hold down the trigger, you will auto-fire. It'll burst in consecutive intervals without you having to lift your finger off of the button. So it's really a hybrid in essence. You don't have to pull the trigger every single time, making it not so much a burst weapon or a semi-auto. It's an automatic weapon, but it's still a burst fire. It's a little bit mind-fucking, but just put it in your butthole and you'll understand it overnight. If you want to ask me, this is how I thought of it when I was, thinking about this stuff. Compare it to throwing a watermelon at yourself. It works every time. Now that I've described how sexy it is to you, let's talk about the stats of this weapon. The Pharaoh's damage is high. It is tied for the highest damage with the VMP. With the amount of damage that it has, it's really deadly and takes about 2 to 3 bursts to put somebody down at close to medium range. However, once you enter the long ranges, you better pull your pants down and run back into your spawn and cry. Yes, cry the entire game. Don't even try and go back out. So just cry. Just cry naked. Just like me every Saturday night. You're welcome. The Pharaoh's range is only beat out by the Razorback and the Kuda. And once again, the range is tied with the VMPs. I guess the Pharaoh and the VMP have some things to settle. In the bedroom. I'm curious to see what type of gun comes out of that event. Oh yeah! As for fire rate, the Pharaoh will lose to the VMP, the Vesper, and the Weevil at close range. Be careful with the rate of fire on this weapon because after all, it is a burst weapon in essence. The only way to increase this is by using rapid fire, something that isn't always reliable and hasn't been reliable in many Call of Duty games ever. Most of the guns you slap that onto become a piece of shit, so just be careful. Finally, the last stat, accuracy is pretty spot on. Compared to the other SMGs, it is pretty middle class. Nothing really too spectacular in my opinion, but it definitely has some notable kick if you do not run a foregrip. No matter what though, this gun is pretty sex, so if you're looking for something to touch, give it a little feel. Check its boobies. Now, as I mentioned before, I only recently started using this gun, so I'm not too sure what all the attachments are like on the gun. However, I do know that the grip and the elo sight really work for me. The ironic part is that the iron sights on the gun are not terrible. In fact, they're really fucking good. The reason I use the elo sight is because it allows me to aim at the head a little bit better. Since I'm trying to penetrate this gun, or get it gold, I'm really trying for headshots. If you're looking for a way to put more bullets in your enemy's mouth, open your mouth, baby. The elo sight is a perfect way to obtain these with ease. If you guys can't already tell from previous episodes or from Call of Duty videos that I've posted in general, I fucking love the foregrip. It makes things so much easier and more simple when you're trying to kill enemies. Considering that this is an SMG, things like quick draw and stock really aren't needed, leaving my sexy bay, the grip, available for use every time. To me, the Pharaoh doesn't really need much else. I've had a couple of really standout games with the Pharaoh so far, and I think there'll only be more. Including a game yesterday with the Uitang, where we shreked. We absolutely shreked that lobby in Nuketown. So, Uwe, if you're watching this, I love you. I have now educated you on how to stick the Pharaoh up people's asses in multiplayer. Let's talk about it in zombies, where buttholes are a bit tighter. Right off the bat, once you get this gun from the mystery toilet, you will know... that makes me laugh. Right off the bat, once you get this gun from the mystery toilet, you'll notice that it lacks ammunition. This makes me cry every time. I mean, honestly. I take off my pants, and I sit down in my gaming room, and I cry. You're only gonna have a total of 200 rounds, 40 in the chamber and 160 in the reserve. No matter what, you'll always blow through this faster than you think. Blow. Especially at high rounds. It has the same features as it does in multiplayer. You're gonna be able to squeeze the trigger like your balls at nighttime, and it will spray. The regular form of this gun in zombies is a low round gun for sure. Beware of it at high rounds. When it comes to pack-a-punching this weapon, you receive the Whispering Regurgitator. His name is really odd. Whispering Vomit? Okay. You'll receive an extra 160 rounds, giving you 60 in the chamber and 300 in reserve. 360 in total. From what I noticed, you get the fast mag attachment on this gun, which makes reloading easier if you don't want to use speed cola, which if you don't use speed cola, I would like to question your penis size. To be completely honest with you guys, I'm not a fan of this weapon in zombies at all. If you really want this gun to work well or even decently well at rounds 20 plus, you're gonna need double tap and a lot of headshots. Otherwise, you're going to have some trouble killing hordes of the sexy beasts. So that's about it, guys. The Pharo, an absolute beast in multiplayer. Not so much in zombies. What gun do you want me to have sex with next? Suggest guns in the comment section below, because I will be mentioning who suggested what at the end of these episodes from now on. So big thanks to ZH Gaming for recommending the Pharo first. Whew. Wow, that was a good episode, guys. I am really enjoying making these episodes funny and just making them as awesome as possible. It's a blast sort of writing the scripts for these episodes. I usually don't write scripts, but for this I figured that it would be a good idea, so this way I can just assemble my thoughts and not, you know, fuck up my commentary and just get through a smooth commentary and also make it funny at the same time. So yeah. So here is our outro for today, guys. On the left is our Black Ops 3 huge storyline information about Richtofen being a cannibal and eating himself, his entrails. In the center is my video, oh yeah, about the GTA 5 possibility of there being a tsunami DLC or a natural disaster DLC. Will this eventually come, or are they planning something for GTA 6? We'll have to find out, my friends. And finally, last but not least, is one of my favorite funtages of all time. It's where Dylan, Hunter, and I go on the Fagio tour of a lifetime. We get to see all the best glitches that were available in GTA 5 in the past. And let me tell you something, it was one of the most religious experiences of our lives. So if you guys are interested in seeing us fuck around on high-ass buildings and in many other places on GTA 5, our funtages are what you're gonna want to see. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the graphics and everything else along with it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.